On the 16th of May, 2010, a disturbing video was uploaded to YouTube by a channel called Baby Alien. It shows a train at great speed zooming down the railroad towards the station. However, the main focus of this video is on the opposite track, where a train spotter is operating. The spotter is standing very close to the tracks, with a camera in hand. What happens next will shock you. Have a look. On the same track as the spotter, a train approaches him at an unbreakable speed. No one warns the man of the deadly arrival, so he remains completely unaware of the threat. Luckily, the train just misses him, as he isn't completely on the railroad. This was extremely fortunate, as a few more centimeters to the right would have killed him. The following video was filmed on a GoPro and surfaced on the 1st of August, 2022. We can see a person paragliding in a mountainous area, and since they are alone, it's safe to assume that they are an expert. However, even experts fail sometimes, and this was almost the case for YouTube paraglider Kevin Phillips. Have a look at this intense clip. During the trick, the man twists under his wing as normal, but misses the breakpoint as it comes around. This causes him to become trapped in the wing, which is a worst case scenario when paragliding. When this happens, Kevin starts fighting for his life. He immediately activates his secondary parachute, but this fails miserably. Surviving wasn't going to be an easy task. But Kevin doesn't give up. He manages to get his third parachute, but due to the mass of the wing and the strings around him, he struggles to deploy it. Kevin decides to tear open the cover, which could have made the situation worse, but it was a last-ditch effort. This effort saved his life with 1 second left to go. This video was published sometime in February to the Reddit. We can see a man about to cross the railroad whilst the car barriers are down, indicating that a train is about to zoom by. The man stupidly starts to cross the track until he reaches the halfway point. This is when the train starts squealing to warn him of its presence. The train is coming at lightning speed, and what happens next is traumatizing. Take a look. As the man takes a glance at the train, he decides the odds are in his favor and continues his crossing. Initially, he walks at a slow pace, but as he realizes his delusion, he adds some speed to his step. Luckily, he narrowly avoided being obliterated, but he definitely learned his lesson for next time. This video was recorded in Jianying on the 24th of October, 2022, and shows 2 children on top of a hotel roof. They're both on opposite sides, with the child in orange looking a lot younger than the one in purple. The boy in purple slowly approaches the gap and looks down, analyzing how far the fall is. What he does next is stupid. Have a look. The boy fancies his odds and decides to leap across the gap to the boy in orange. This property was 22 stories high, so a fall would have most definitely killed him. The shocking part of this situation is that the boy didn't only attempt this once, but jumped several times. Mr. Yin, the recorder of the video, immediately called the property staff, and the children were recovered and given a telling off. None of the children suffered any harm, but they did come close. The following footage was captured by a security camera monitoring an aluminum smelter. The video was uploaded sometime in April 2020 and captured destruction at its most extreme. We can see a large aluminum smelter located in what looks like a factory. A manually operated crane is controlling this smelter, but the man must not have been very competent because only he is to blame for what happens next. As the crane drags the smelter to the left for an unknown reason, the bucket capsizes, and the aluminum gushes out. Due to this, a somewhat explosion occurs, and the floor is severely damaged. Luckily, no one died in this situation, but the repairs must have been expensive. It's safe to say that the man who caused this incident no longer has the best relationship with his boss. Driving with a dangerous medical issue is often proposed to be illegal, and this footage backs up those claims. Here we can see a man driving on the highway playing music, but suddenly the unimaginable happens. He suffers a medical episode, and what it causes will make your jaw drop. Have a look. In the middle of the highway, the man falls asleep and leaves his car completely unmanned. This causes the vehicle to go rogue. It turns into the fields and begins driving in random directions, even hitting a fence at one point. To the man's fortune, he woke up in time and managed to regain control over his vehicle before any harm came to him. Maybe if he was asleep for another minute, the car would have reached the highway and caused problems. And those problems could have led to fatalities.